me just to jump ahead with the agenda and invite Dr. Sarah Jones. She is Engagement Manager at the Pan-European Research and Education Network Giant. Let me welcome Sarah, and please, the floor is yours, Sarah.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Youssef, for the invite and also for accommodating this. Unfortunately, I had another meeting coming up. So I'm here to represent GEON, which you've already heard about, which is the Pan-European network that provides the connectivity for all of higher education. But I'll be speaking specifically about EOSC, which is the European Open Science Cloud. And this is an initiative that's been supported by the European Commission and all of the member states to federate the infrastructure. So already there's been a lot of investment in data repositories and storage platforms and high performance computing to enable researchers to conduct their research, to store their data and to share it. And what we want to do is to federate all of this infrastructure so that we can address the SDGs and also to address those key societal challenges which really require us to work across different disciplines. And often we find that the infrastructure is aligned with certain research communities because that's the way that researchers form themselves and the way they develop their standards. And what we're trying to do within EOSC is to go beyond that so that we're bringing together data from various different domains and enabling reuse in different contexts. So really the aim of EOSC is about federating this infrastructure. So we develop this ecosystem of the data and the different services. And that's really to enable researchers to undertake their work more effectively, but also to support their collaborations, both within Europe and internationally. And I think this is why it's of relevance for UNESCO and for the Arab nations, because, you know, we're not a silo in Europe. We know our research communities are collaborating across the world. And some of the key principles we have in EOSC are openness and transparency and inclusivity. And we are very much looking to extend our work and to partner with relevant organizations throughout the world. And I think the role that you have, the NREN community in the Arab nations, is very relevant because you're providing a lot of the e-infrastructure, this core connectivity, the ability for researchers to identify themselves, to get access to services. And I think, you know, looking at the open science initiatives that we've already heard presented today, trying to explore connections between those different research collaborations and EOSC would be something we'd like to pursue. And within EOSC, what we're doing is trying to develop common standards for the data and for the access to the services, using things like the ARC blueprint that you'll know already for the AAI through the GEON community, and ensuring that we can have interoperability throughout the world, not just in Europe. So to turn to the SDGs specifically, as you've heard with other initiatives today, within EOSC, we're going to be addressing many of the SDGs. So because EOSC is a kind of multi-discipline activity, there are areas of expertise, for example, in the health sciences or in earth sciences. So we will, through specific data spaces, be addressing like SDGs on good health and well-being or on climate action. But I think the main area that's of relevance to EOSC is SDG 17, because that's about strengthening the means of implementation and the global partnerships. And that's very much core to realizing the EOSC vision, because we want to be implementing infrastructure that adopts common standards and that enables us to work globally and to support global research. So in terms of the opportunities to collaborate with EOSC, there are many partnerships and parallel initiatives. So for instance, work that's going on in Africa around the African Open Science Platform and the WACRAN initiative that you've heard about already. In Australia, the Australian Research Data Commons, various disciplinary data spaces, and also initiatives in kind of different sectors, like more in the commercial sector, like GaiaX. And throughout EOSC, we're trying to sign collaboration agreements with these different groups and also come together in kind of consultation fora, like the Global Open Research Commons, which is run through the Research Data Alliance. So I think it'd be really good to partner, with ASREN and others, and to explore the work that's going on in your region and how we can collaborate with EOSC as well. So I'd encourage you to look at the EOSC Association, which is the new legal entity which is governing the EOSC initiative, to see, whether you'd be interested in being an observer, and to get involved. I think actually we've had some applications to the task forces from the Arab region, and that's really fantastic to see, so that even at the hands-on implementation level, we can make sure we're collaborating and also look at how we do that strategically through our governance as well. So that's a brief introduction to the EOSC work. I'm happy to take any questions and also to listen in on the rest of the discussion.